The discussion centers around a particular surah that is recited every Friday, which recounts 4 significant stories. The third of these tales involves Prophet Musa, Moses, and it presents a unique and personal chapter in his life, differing greatly from the commonly known narratives. The typical portrayals of Musa often depict him in a public leadership role, speaking directly with Allah, engaging with the Israelites, or confronting Pharaoh. However, this specific story reveals a more profound and intimate aspect of his journey. Interestingly, the narrative of Musa in this context is shrouded in mystery. Although it is understood to have transpired after the Israelites crossed the water, the exact historical timeline and location remain unclear. Allah deliberately chose not to disclose these details. My aim today is not to recount the entire story, but to highlight a crucial aspect of it, a profound statement made by Allah concerning Musa. Musa holds the distinction of being the prophet mentioned most frequently in the Quran. More than any other messenger, his name appears repeatedly, as he was granted the Torah, an essential text that served as a foundation for subsequent prophets. Consequently, generations of prophets learned from the teachings he received from Allah. The community that identifies with him, namely the Israelites, is referred to by Allah as the people of ink, the people of knowledge. This designation signifies that they possess a profound level of knowledge, a gift from Allah that persists despite alterations made to their scriptures. Throughout the Quran, Allah repeatedly emphasizes Musa's elevated status and vast knowledge. Yet, in this particular story, he takes on the role of a student rather than a teacher. This shift is significant, especially as this event occurs much later in Musa's life, after he has completed his role as an educator for the Israelites and received the Torah. In fact, it is suggested that there was no one on earth more knowledgeable than Musa during that time. Yet Allah instructs him to seek knowledge from another individual. This adds an intriguing layer to the narrative. A prophet, renowned for his vast knowledge and leadership, is told to learn from someone else. It's worth pondering the implications of this directive. Typically, individuals who hold extensive credentials and high status in society command respect and authority, be it in academia or other fields. In our society, educational accomplishments are often a source of pride, and those with advanced degrees frequently introduce themselves with titles that elevate their status. However, in the context of this story, Musa embarks on a journey to learn from an anonymous individual, described merely as one of our slaves. This designation serves a profound purpose. It underscores a critical lesson in humility. In the eyes of Allah, the pursuit of knowledge does not confer superiority over others. Instead, it emphasizes a fundamental truth: regardless of one's knowledge or status, we are all ultimately servants of Allah. The term slave may seem offensive by modern standards, but the Arabic language uses it deliberately. Submitting oneself to Allah's will is a privilege that liberates rather than confines. Being a servant of Allah represents freedom, a higher calling that surpasses any worldly title. What is particularly striking is that not only does Allah refer to this knowledgeable individual as a slave, but he also remains unnamed in the Quran. This anonymity adds to the narrative's depth, illustrating that the essence of true knowledge lies not in recognition or status, but in the humility and commitment that comes with it. In the story, Allah first refers to this individual simply as our slave, before highlighting that he was granted mercy and special knowledge. The mercy bestowed upon him, according to Allah, is indicative of a deeper truth. Certain kinds of knowledge carry intrinsic value, offering solace and guidance. This special knowledge, a knowledge of reality, fuels the understanding that transcends mere academic learning. Musa, having received divine revelation, is portrayed as seeking additional wisdom beyond the written word. This is where the distinction between two types of knowledge becomes critical: the knowledge of divine scripture and the knowledge of reality. While Musa held the highest religious knowledge, there exists another dimension of understanding about the world and life experiences that he seeks to grasp. As Allah emphasizes, the key to his humility lies in acknowledging that true enlightenment involves recognizing one's place in the broader context of existence. Therefore, when Musa approaches this unnamed knowledgeable individual, he is advised that he may lack the prerequisites to embark on this learning journey, specifically patience. Despite his previous triumphs and resilience, Musa is reminded of the challenges he may face in this new learning environment. Rather than demonstrating pride in his accomplishments, he humbly responds by expressing hope that he will fulfill the expectations set before him. This leads us to consider the nature of reality itself, an intricate blend of the seen and the unseen. Our perceptions, shaped by our experiences, often confine us to a narrow understanding of reality. Yet the unseen encompasses dimensions of truth and knowledge that extend beyond immediate recognition. In summary, the story of Musa's learning from a humble servant emphasizes profound lessons about the nature of knowledge, the importance of humility, and the continuous pursuit of understanding in the life of a believer. It highlights that true wisdom is not about status or recognition, but rather about the willingness to grow, learn, and embrace one's identity in relation to the divine. By appreciating this balance between knowledge and humility, we can aspire to embody the essence of servitude to Allah in our quest for understanding and enlightenment.